Welcome to Inspiring Narratives, your favorite channel for uplifting stories, renewed hope, and cultivating a deeper connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Discover with me how turning to Allah can lead you to amazing changes in your life. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are back with another uplifting story that will, by the grace of Allah, strengthen your faith and renew your hope, inshallah. Get yourself your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's get started with today's story. If you enjoy these stories, please like this video. It costs you nothing, but it could mean everything to the person who needs this reminder today. May Allah bless you with endless goodness. Allahumma ameen. Have you been struggling financially or finding it hard to find a job? If so, then this story is for you. Our sister of today's story says, I spent 4.5 years, almost 5 years searching for a job, and literally every door was closed in my face, to the point where I started doubting if what was happening to me was normal. I thought for sure someone must have done black magic against me. I've always been an outstanding student since I was a child. From first grade until I graduated from university, I was always among the top of my class every year. Everyone expected that once I started working, I'd be just as successful. But reality was completely different. Excelling in studies is one thing. Finding a job and succeeding in it is a whole different thing. I knew companies that needed my exact qualification. I would go with my colleagues and they would be chosen instead of me, even though my grades, skills, and CV were all stronger in comparison to theirs. 4.5 years of jumping from one company to another, sending out countless applications, sitting through interviews, only to hear the same line over and over again. We'll get back to you. But no one ever did. I thought to myself, why keep going on like this? Why not look for someone influential to help me instead of knocking on doors that never open? So I searched for connections, and indeed I found someone in a high position who was well respected. He spoke to companies on my behalf. They called me for interviews, and after the interview, the same line again. We'll call you. But nothing ever happened. No emails, no calls. I even started doubting myself. Maybe I wrote my email wrong or my phone number, but everything was correct. What was going on? Surely someone did something to me. One day I'd be hopeful, applying and excited. The next day I'd sink into depression, asking, how is this possible? How is it that people who barely pass their classes are now in great jobs with good salaries, while I, the top student, can't find anything? I kept searching and searching until I fell into a deep depression. I began giving up on my dreams. At first I had high ambitions to work in a specific company, a specific role. After a while, I just wanted any job, even if it meant working as a salesperson. I was willing to accept anything, even jobs outside of my field. But still nothing. Surely this isn't normal, I think to myself. I reached a point where I barely left my room. I started to look different. I looked miserable. I would drag myself out of bed to make wudu and pray, only to tick that box of obligation. My heart and mind were never present. I didn't pray any sunnah and had no real focus. I just ate, drank, watched TV, prayed, and then went back to my room and back to my depression. Every time I heard about someone finding work, it only pulled me further into depression. Then one day, my mother was watching a religious program. The sheikh was talking about rizq. He said, never despair. Keep praying to Allah. Keep asking Him to bless your provision. He also spoke about the blessings of sending salawat upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for it opens doors of provision, lifts hardships, and removes debts. If there's anything that is bothering you, take to sending peace and blessings upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you will experience wonderful changes in your life. His words touched my heart. I thought, could it really be? Could sending blessings upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam change my life? Could it really be possible for all this sadness and depression to fade away and for my life to finally get better? That day I prayed and sincerely asked Allah, O Allah, make me love sending salawat upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and give me the strength to remain consistent. This was the dua that I kept repeating during my prayer. After I finished praying, I was surprised to see myself still sitting on my prayer mat repeating the Salat al-Ibrahimiyya. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. I remained consistent and I got used to sending blessings upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I kept repeating it over and over again, even in Qiyam al-Layl. I would wake up and pray the night prayer and then sit on my prayer mat and make dua to Allah. I would say, "Oh Allah, grant me a halal job, a good and blessed job. And if a job is harmful or haram, keep it away from me." Before, I wasn't bothered whether the job was halal or haram. I just wanted a job. My dream was to work in a bank. But later, when I asked scholars, they told me stay away from banks because they involve riba, interest. Working in a bank was my dream. I had all the qualifications and requirements to be a successful candidate. Yet I never got the job. That's when I realized that Allah was protecting me. And that's why all the doors were closed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to bless me with something better. Subhanallah, Allah was withholding what I thought I wanted to give me something better. Subhanallah, this was exactly what I spoke about in episode 2 of Tea with Sarah, which I shared with you on Monday. Some things that seem bad at first, like this sister not finding a job, are actually blessings in disguise. We do not know where our own good is, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does. So we must always trust and be content with whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with. She continued, I stayed committed to sending blessings upon the Prophet in the Salat al-Ibrahimiyya way. And I would make dua to Allah and say, "Oh Allah, grant me a halal job, a good and blessed job." That was my main dua, which I repeated continuously. I would wake up before Fajr by 15 to 30 minutes and I prayed 2 rak'at, night prayer. Then after that, I would repeat the Salat al-Ibrahimiyya and make dua. I would make dua with certainty that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will answer my dua. I did this for 2 months straight. I even told myself, if someone did magic to block my rizq, then my weapon will be dua. I will fight it with dua and salawat. And if no one did anything, still dua will open the doors. After 2 months, a miracle happened. I got a call from the very first company I had applied to as soon as I graduated from university. That was 4 years ago. They still had my CV from years back. They called me and asked me to come in. I couldn't believe it. When I went, not only did they hire me, but they gave me a position higher than the one I originally applied for. Can you imagine? After years of struggle, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened a door in a way I could never have dreamed. She continues and says, this was nothing but Allah's mercy and the blessing of sending salawat upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I realized something important. Never despair. Never think your dua is wasted. Even if years pass, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is preparing you for something better. Keep praying, keep asking, keep trusting. Even if it takes 5, 10 or 15 years, Allah will never forget you. He will always surprise you with something greater than you expected. And even if your dua hasn't yet been answered, you're still being rewarded for making it. She continues and says, my advice to every woman waiting for a job or for marriage or for children, don't give up. Keep saying, Ya Rab. Keep sending blessings upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Keep praying with certainty. Allah will never let you down. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.